everybody to another Wrestling Therapy edition. I, of course, am Suji. I am back with a returning guest. Can you please refresh the people's memories of who you are?
Hello, everybody. I am Mama X2 underscore 54 on TikTok.
How are you today?
I'm ready for some warm weather, but that seems very far away.
You, you might be a few months away, maybe March or April, depending on the area you live in. But we are coming off of Survivor Series. Now, before we break down Survivor Series match by match, what did you enjoy about Survivor Series, and is there anything that you didn't enjoy?
Well, I think we all know I enjoyed John Cena. Even though he lost, I still think it was a really good match, seeing so much happen. I think regardless, that was my favorite. I really liked, the War Games matches. I like when they can be a little, extra violent. I I really didn't enjoy, honestly, the Nikki Bella and Stephanie Vicaire match. I felt like it it, it could have been a lot more. It just did not catch me at all, sadly.
I'm with you on that for sure. I just kind of checked out, honestly, and it's nothing against Stephanie, really. I'm just I've never been the biggest Nikki Bella fan, and
No, I haven't either.
yeah, it's just kind of like, um. So this year, one of the conversations that I've been hearing a lot about is that War Games they didn't have the shark cages with the
Mm,
teams in it.
I hated I hated that. That made me so
Really?
mad.
Why is that?
I just like that, the other opponents are like out there and able to see what's going on, and they're like, they can kind of taunt each other. I just feel like it was weird. I was sitting there for a minute, like, what is going on? What are we missing? I thought about it for a minute. I'm like, why do we not have cages right now? Where did they go? And I don't know. I like that they're all out there like harassing each other pretty much.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. I, I'm on the fence on it. I didn't hate it. I thought it was a different take for War Games, something different. I personally think War Games itself is kind of beaten into the ground at this point, and I could use a little break from War Games itself.
Yeah, I definitely think maybe next year have like a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series. I miss that, like when there was like Team Raw, Team SmackDown. Um, I don't know. Or even, they had like team whoever versus team whoever. I do miss that a lot. I feel like we kind of pulled away from like the tradition. And I do like war games, but like you said, I think they need a little bit of a break.
Yeah, I feel like it's kind of like it goes back to the Hell in a Cell, where before, when it first started, Hell in a Cell was a thing to end rivalries and stuff like that. Then they made it on the pay-per-view, which you had matches that didn't need the Hell in a Cell concept, but it just had it now. Hell in a Cell it means something, and I think that's what they need to do with War Games.
So you should be WWE. Give them some
Man, they need
ideas.
to they need to. I got some ideas. I don't know if they're good or not, but I got some ideas. Better than nothing.
Exactly.
Um,
I
I,
feel like things are so different now, and like I like change, but then recently I feel like some of the changes are not like a positive change.
what kind of changes? What other changes you don't feel are positive changes?
I re- I really feel like some of the pay-per-views aren't. I mean, I know a lot of them are doing like the 2 nights now, so that I think that throws me off a little bit. But I understand certain ones because like WrestleMania, by the time you got to the main event, nobody had anything left in them. But I just feel like they definitely shouldn't be doing any more. Like I think what they're doing now with is it SummerSlam is the two. I think they need to just keep it like that for a little bit, and then if they eventually need to have more two-night pay-per-views, but I think if they just start throwing them all like that, that would be too much.
I
And I don't know, I'm still weird with the Saturday night pay-per-views. Like that still gets me sometimes.
I think within the next couple years, a lot more pay-per-views are going to be two nights or PLEs, whatever you want to call them. I feel like a lot of them are going to be two nights. I can see like Money in the Bank being two nights, Survivor Series. What else? No, what else could be? Royal Rumble. I think Royal Rumble could definitely
Mm,
be a two-nighter.
yeah, I definitely see that. Or like the one thing that really bothers me is they're always in Saudi Arabia now. And I think it's not as many people can fully enjoy it because of the time difference. I think that throws a lot of people off because, so many people work, or it's just such a, like, I think here, what is it, at like noon it usually starts where I am,
Yeah,
or 1 o'clock, somewhere around there. And even though it's a weekend, I still feel like so many people work. So a lot of people look forward to the pay-per-views being in the evening. And then, like my kids watch it with me. So it's kind of like a family thing. So definitely not the biggest fan of the Saudi Arabia ones. And I think Royal Rumble's there this year. And that's weird to me.
yeah. Royal Rumble's there this year, and I believe well, not this year, next year, and the year after WrestleMania is going to be in Saudi.
I don't like that at all. I don't like it. I think WrestleMania should be over here.
Yeah, uh, financially, I get it because if if I'm a company and if you're going to pay me $1 billion plus to have a show there, I guess where I'm going. The WWE's in so much debt, as TKO says, then they need all the money they can make.
Exactly. I feel like with the price hikes on the tickets, they're definitely going to be in severe debt.
Yeah, and they can charge whatever they want over there. They'll make money hand over fist. Uh, so let's talk about the women's war games match. We had Asuka, Kairi Sane, Lash Legend, Nia Jackson, Becky Lynch versus Charlexa, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and AJ Lee, and AJ Lee taps out Becky Lynch. What did you think of this match?
So, the weirdest thing, last Lash Legend was the last one to come out, and she took her sweet time. I was like, "Do you not realize there's a match going on?" Like, I don't know what she was doing. I mean, I'm sure that was her first thing, and she was like enjoying the moment. But to me, I was like, "Are you going to get in there eventually?" Or
Like, help
um,
me, please.
I'm like, "Your team's in there hurting, and you're just like, yep, I'm going to come out here and take my time." But
They
I
can't start
really,
without her anyway.
yeah, I enjoyed the match a lot, though. I'm glad AJ, I mean, how long was it? Like 10 years she was gone. And I'm glad she, looked as good as she did. I feel like I didn't see a lot of the ring rust on her. And she just kind of jumped back in and went full throttle, especially in a match like that. I'm enjoying Becky Lynch losing constantly.
Now, did you hear Becky Lynch's explanation about this match?
I
Now, she didn't tap out. She didn't tap out. What happened was she was trying to wave her team towards her for help. But of course, you
mhm.
had that crooked referee, Jessica Carr, in there, and she assumed Becky was tapping out, which she wasn't. So technically, Becky didn't tap out.
I don't know if you've been keeping up with it. Jessica and Becky are 0-5 now.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little lopsided. It's a little lopsided. But
I don't know. If it's Becky, she's waving for her team, she could have screamed.
well, I mean, it is kind of hard to hear. There's a lot of people in there, and Jessica has selective hearing, and
Yeah.
when it comes to Becky, anyway. But I thought this was a good match. I liked how they protected Lash. She took the miss, which kind of eliminated her. I'm glad she didn't take the pin. here in this match either. I like Nia's
I
outfit. Nia looked really good. She dominated throughout the match. I enjoyed it.
mhm. I felt like it was kind of short for a War Games match. I definitely thought, or maybe it was just me. I felt like it was a little shorter than what I am used to. Maybe it's just because men usually seem to be a little longer, but I think for a women's match, I mean Io Sky with that trash can, that always gets me. I wouldn't have anything left. So I think they definitely really put on a good match. And I'm just kind of interested to see where everybody's gonna be going after this. Like Nia Jax, I mean, what do they really have for her, honestly, with her being so dominant? And I feel like she's dominated everybody recently. So it's almost like, well, after this, what do certain people have left to do?
Yeah, and I think a large part of that answer was answered on Raw, which we'll get to in a little bit. We also had the we can just talk about this match now, I guess. Nikki Bella versus Stephanie for the Women's World Championship. Stephanie retains. Nothing much here.
No, not really. I mean, Stephanie hitting the devil's was it the devil's kiss on Nikki Bella. I I've seen a lot of people say like Nikki was just had her hands fully out and was just taking them full onto her face. I mean, good for her, but I don't know. The match looked really sloppy on Nikki's part, I feel like. Um, and I felt bad for Stephanie because I feel like she deserves a lot more than that. And I did like the Bellas when it was gosh, I can't talk today. Nikki and Brie. I did like the twin magic and all that stuff, but then I feel like I got stale and stayed stale. And I can't get into Nikki Bella being back. I feel like she's trying to like relive her younger days and she just kind of needs to let the younger girls step in and do their thing.
Yeah, I would have much rather seen Stephanie face literally anybody else. Ivy Nile would have been fine. I'll be cool with that.
Hmm.
Raquel, Roxanne, and either one of those two would have been better. But as you were younger, you get your plate of food. It's like eat what you eat, and you like what you like. You don't, oh well. So we got that, and thankfully that's over.
Yeah, I'm glad. Don't end, please.
Yeah, we're good on that. We're good. Next, we had the greatest intercontinental champion of all time, Dirty Dominic Mysterio, regain, I should say, his title from John Cena. Now, I know as a Cena fan, you probably had mixed feelings about this, but how did you feel watching this match? What were your thoughts and emotions watching this?
Well, first, I cried when John Cena comes out. I'm not afraid to say
Hey, it's all
it.
good here. It's all
Just
good.
I think that knowing that was his last pay-per-view, it's like, wow, we're really here. It is crazy to think, as of now, he has that one final date. And it's just crazy to think, he had what, 36 dates and now we're down to one. So it's just crazy how it has flown by. But I really feel like, of course, part of me wanted him to win. But also, I know how John Cena is really for the younger talent, bettering the WWE before, just giving other people chances before he leaves. And I think Dom's so good. He's always been good ever since he was like that little itty bitty baby wrestling with his dad. Like, he's only got better and stronger. The only thing I feel like I'd like to see a little better with Dom is his mic skills. I feel like they're like sometimes they're iffy and sometimes they're good. But I feel like with John Cena not necessarily passing the torch to Dom, but really letting him kind of take over and really I really feel like we saw a lot of how good Dom really is in that match. It wasn't all Cena, Cena, Cena. Like a lot of people seem to think they're, his, what is it, 5 moves of doom.
Right.
um, so I definitely feel like, it was a good time to really let Dom shine, with, even though it was John Cena's last pay-per-view. And I really enjoyed seeing so many people come out and get involved. That really got me. I wasn't expecting all that.
Yeah, it was quite a few shenanigans, and as they'll say, we had Raquel Tejada bomb John Cena. That wasn't on my main card of the day, but and then Cena takes a pop rocks from Roxanne, and he takes like multiple moves from everybody, and then the grand return of Liv Morgan.
I love Liv Morgan. I love her so much. I am so glad she's back. And honestly, when she smacked the bejesus out of Dom, I was like, where are we going with this? What is happening? And then man, that karma bit John Cena right in the butt. Like she had that same evil look he did when he turned on Cody. And I remember throwing my hands up and I was like, no, they did not. And I probably woke all my neighbors up yelling because I was like excited and surprised. But, I really am excited to have her back because I think she adds so much to the women's division and just Raw in general. Um, but all in all, I think it was I think honestly that was my favorite match because I just think there was so much going on and so many people, I mean, Roxanne, who thought that was going to happen? Like, I mean, John Cena's a big guy.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it was a really good match all in all.
It made both of the women in Judgment Day seem more special.
Hmm.
Which there's a lot of people who hate Cena for his Super Cena days, but in this last year run, he has done a lot to pay it forward
Hmm.
to either whether it's feuds or younger talent getting opportunities because Cena's going to be gone. These guys are going to be here. They need the Cena rub, so to speak, more than anything else. But yeah, Dom is back to being two belt Dom. Everything is great now, and we can all be happy now that Dom is our Intercontinental Champion.
I am not mad about it at all.
See, that's good vibe right there. I like that. And then we had the main event. We had the Vision, which consists of Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Bronson Reed, Ron Breaker, and Brock Lesnar, who did not bust his ass yesterday or Sunday. So that's always a good thing. Versus the Usos, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Cody Rhodes. The Vision wins. Braun almost breaks his neck, and we had a mystery attacker help the Vision. Who do you think the mystery attacker was?
Austin Theory.
I thought that
I've
earlier.
seen some things on there that I'm like, it has to be him. It has to be him because I feel like Seth Rollins is just, I don't think he faked a second injury. And I think that's just too obvious, especially doing, stomping CM Punk into the ground. I don't think they would be that obvious, honestly. But you know what? I don't know anymore. I'm surprised with everything lately.
So now, initially, I was thinking it was Austin. I'm like, yeah, Austin Theory makes sense. But then I started thinking about it a little bit more the day after. What if it was super wild shot here? What if it was a Montez Ford?
Hmm.
He's been gone. The Street Profits have been gone for a while. They just kind of disappeared. Montez Ford, future. The Vision is supposed to be the future of the WWE. This would be a good opportunity to parallel him into that Mid
That's
card.
a good.
Go ahead.
Wow, that makes you think.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Theory is what everybody's been wanting it to be, but with WWE, that could have been Theory initially, but they could always change that
Hmm.
at the last second or whatever. Like, hey, we're gonna go with this instead, and kind of swerve everybody.
I'm kind of mad they didn't give clues last night. I was really hoping. I felt like they were going to do that because they knew everybody wanted to know who it was last night. But part of me was like, "Come on, don't just leave me hanging." And they did.
It's a good thing because you know what, it makes you want to tune back in. Like, all right, well, I gotta watch again next week. See if they even hint at it.
They know
Speaking,
what they're doing.
sometimes. Speaking of Raw was interesting. We had Rhea and Io come out and say that they want shots at the women's tag team championship. Out came Charlexa claiming that they did not get their rematch, which is true, which set up
Hmm.
for a women's tag match in the main event. We had Jay versus L.A. Knight for the chance to face John Cena in a week and a half, something like that.
11 days.
11
Ugh.
days already. Oh, wow. And surprisingly, LA Knight picks up the win. What did you think of this match and the result?
I couldn't believe it. Honestly, it was seriously like embedded in my mind that we were going to get, Jey Uso and Gunther again. Like, I was just convinced that that's what we were going to see. And LA Knight had absolutely no chance. So I think my jaw probably hit the floor. I was really surprised. And I don't know where they're going with anything right now. I mean, I'm glad. I think Jey Uso maybe needs that little kick in the pants, to get him going again because I feel like he's definitely, I still love him, but I feel like, the hype has really calmed down with him. And I think maybe he needs this, like, some type of heel turn or something to get us more invested again.
I think the problem with Jay for some people is kind of fatigue. Jay was so fatigued. It's like you see him every week, and it's like okay, like you grown to expect to see him, but once these guys take time away and then they come back, it's like oh man, I miss him. He was or her, whoever it was. Like they're back now. At the end of this match, Jay was so crashed out, just threw a temper tantrum, and later on in the night, him and Jackie, he was just kind of being cold to Jackie, and I think he's upset that Roman said the title will look better on him and not on Jay, because maybe Jay doesn't think he's good enough.
I think this is good for him. I think, even if he stays away for a little bit or he just has some sort of, heel run, I think anything's going to be better for him and maybe I don't know. I'm still going to eat no matter what.
Nothing wrong with eating. We also had a Judgment Day promo with Liv Morgan claiming that the Judgment Day will have all the gold and they will run Raw, while Liv was talking about Dom and Dom was talking about himself. Said Balor was in the background looking like a jealous schoolgirl back there. I am waiting for the stab in the back from Finn Balor. I feel like that's Finn wants the Intercontinental Championship, and he is going to be jealous that Dom has two belts. He has no belts.
I'm excited to see where this is going to go because, at first I honestly thought like Roxanne and Liv were going to fight over Dom. I mean, I'm not saying that's not going to happen, but I definitely see like, man, she was all over Dom. And if anybody looked at Finn Balor's face, he wasn't hiding any of his feelings. So I definitely think something's coming, but I'm interested to see like when and how long is he going to just keep taking it?
Yeah. And speaking of Finn, next week on Raw we have Finn Balor versus Rey Mysterio, the deadbeat dad of Dirty Dom. And speaking of Rey also had some interactions with Logan Paul, who seemed to hint that Division wants the Intercontinental Championship, which I think they need to leave that alone. Um, Stay away from that. But we'll see. Maybe Logan Paul might try to become Intercontinental Champion.
No, we don't need that at all. No, nobody wants that. Except my son. Nobody wants that.
Oh, you're a Logan Paul fan, huh? Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, I'm like, man, I taught you wrong or something, buddy.
Logan Paul's he's an acquired taste, I believe. I feel like he's one of those
He's something.
people.
He's not any type of taste I ever want ever. Like,
Is either you like him or you don't. And there's a lot of people that's like, I'm good, pass.
he definitely makes you hate him. So I mean, I guess he's doing something right. But whew,
All he has to do is just step in the room and people hate him. So I
you
mean,
just hear it, you're done.
yeah, it's just like, oh boy. Let's see what else we had. We had a Vision promo. Speaking of Logan Paul, and we have our first match announced for the January 5th edition, the 1 year anniversary of Netflix. We're gonna have Braun Breaker versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. This was probably Braun's best promo. He felt intense. He felt like a threat. This should be a good match. Do you think, now I know it's early, do you think Braun Breaker walks out the champion here?
I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know why I thought we had another pay per view in December. So I was like, why are they announcing January? But then I,
NXT.
okay, maybe that's what I was thinking because I was like, I swear, I guess I'm thinking I'm old and I'm thinking, what was it? New Year's Revolution, Resolution
Hmm.
that they used to have. I'm old, I guess.
That no,
I think
I remember that. That used to be like they had that in day one. It used to be like,
day. Okay.
but that New Year's resolution was a pay per view too. That was in like January.
So I guess I thought we had more. So it's weird that we have such a long time to sit here and wait. But I think that's good because I don't feel like CM Punk or Braun Breaker have really had enough to where I'm like really into this match. Like I'm excited for the match, but I want to like really be ready for it. And I think these next few weeks that we have is really gonna give them a lot of time to build it up and make me and everybody else maybe more invested. But I also am glad CM Punk's having, a little bit of a break because I know he wasn't cleared, but I also saw that Larry, his dog, passed away, and
Oh,
that
did he?
I'm sure, yeah, that's so
Oh, that's
heartbreaking. I
sad. I
know,
didn't know that.
it was such a big deal, and it makes me so sad. So I'm glad he is getting a little bit of a time, to get himself together and rest, and I think that'll definitely be good for him to come back, full force for this kind of match.
Yeah, I think it goes back to what you were saying earlier about being older. Like for me, I remember pay per views would be like once a month, so you had like 3 4 weeks to build up to the big pay per view. Now it's just like 2 weeks pay per view, 2 weeks pay per view, 3 weeks pay per view. Like whoa, wait a second, can I give me a minute? Let's
They just want to take all your money.
yeah, like let's build some stuff up first before we just throw another pay per view in there.
And I think also a lot of people aren't thinking like Saturday night's main event does not feel like a pay per view to me, but I guess maybe they're counting it kind of as like a special event.
Hmm.
So I guess that's kind of what I was thinking too. I was like, this is a lot more of a gap than we're normally used to. Because we're just getting like, when John Cena won the title from Dom, well, we only had like 2 weeks to build it up. And I was just like, ugh, like I just can't get into newer feuds or anything because we're just being shoved all over the place. Like there's NXT and, just pay per views everywhere.
Yeah. We got Deadline coming up, which I'm pretty excited for NXT Deadline. Those are usually pretty good matches. We also had, speaking of John Cena, we had the other bracket match, we had Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. Winner faces
Ugh.
L.A. Knight. Yeah. And this was probably another really good match from Solo. I enjoyed his match against Dolph Ziggler, and I enjoyed this match against Gunther. What did you think?
I definitely like seeing Solo more. I mean, even though he usually has like one person in his corner, I definitely feel like we're seeing a lot more of just how he is in the ring. And I'm really enjoying him, but I was not happy with the outcome at all. Like, I don't want that. I feel like I've just cursed myself saying I don't want Gunther at all. I should have maybe said I wanted him. Maybe this wouldn't have happened. It's probably my fault.
Well, I think once everybody saw this tournament, they started like Gunther was in and like, oh yeah, Gunther's winning. If he loses to LA Knight, I would be very shocked.
I think the whole world would be shocked because I don't think anybody is thinking that LA Knight has any chance. So I'm wondering, like, because so many people are like, oh no, it's not him, is he really going to shock everybody? Or are we just going to be like, oh yeah, I was right. I was right. It wasn't LA Knight at all. He had no chance. He's just being thrown in. I don't know
He
anymore.
honestly lasted longer. I didn't think he was going to make it to the finals.
No, not at all.
He lasted way longer than I thought he was gonna be. So maybe I don't know. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a good match. I don't think anybody saw this being the final match at all.
No.
I think a lot of people saw Jey Uso. But I don't know. I'm like, can we but in a way, I don't feel like LA Knight would be the right person to retire John Cena, but then I don't feel like Gunther is either. So no matter what, I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to see John Cena wrestle one more time, so I don't care who he's fighting. But in a way, it's like I wish it was somebody that I felt more invested because I'm so heartbroken that Sheamus. I really thought it was going to be Sheamus, honestly.
Yeah, that sucks about his shoulder. Then Penta got hurt in the same tournament.
I haven't heard anything about sadly. So I'm really hoping he's not out for like a super long time. But
Same. I haven't seen anything yet. We also had the World Tag Team Championship defended with AJ Lee or AJ Styles and Drag Lee versus the New Day, and the New Day lose their rematch for the World Tag Team Championship match. What did you think of this match?
I feel like the tag team division is so, I don't want to say boring because I feel like that's so disrespectful, but it's like, I feel like it's like the women's division. We only have so many people, so we're just seeing the same people over and over and over and over. And I just feel like we had a little bit more variety. I love the New Day. I always have. I really miss Big E a lot. But I do like their kind of like dark turn now. So I still enjoy that, but I just wish we were seeing more of others. I just like the same people over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah,
And I'm not as into it.
yeah. I mean, I know next week we having the AJ Styles and Drag Lee defend against the War Raiders, but then it's like, okay, after the War Raiders, like what's left? I mean, like you said, there's nothing there. I mean, the Creed brothers haven't been on TV in months.
Hmm.
LWO doesn't seem like they are on Raw anymore. Who?
Yeah, I feel like we had so many people and they just dwindled into like nothing.
I mean, the only other option I could see is if they decide to do maybe Logan Paul and Bronson Reed tag.
Oh geez, don't say that.
I mean,
Don't say that. Don't put Logan Paul in there, please.
I'm just trying to throw stuff at the wall and hopefully it works. I'm not sure what else is left for them to do unless they do a draft at some point and bring some SmackDown people like Fraxium or Motor City Machine Guns over to Raw to kind of help build up that division.
Yeah, I think they need to do something because it's just so. You're just. I feel like even, we always see the same wrestlers every week because there's some guys, obviously that are the top guys, but I just feel like I want more from the tag team division. I feel like, 2006, 2008, I mean, it was just crazy. And now I feel like we don't have a lot of people.
I agree with that. I agree with that. And speaking of tag division, we had Charlexa versus Rhea and Io Sky, which ended in a no contest with Kabuki Warriors coming out, and then we had Bailey and Lyra coming out and sticking their nose into that, and then we had the Judgment Day make claims to the Raw tag team titles. I like this. This was a solid match. This really builds up the women's tag division because it's a lot of depth in that division now. You know, as mentioned, you have Lash and Nia. You could do the Secret Herbers if you wanted to. You have the Kabuki Warriors, Lyra, Bailey, um, Charlexa. There's Judgment Day. The division is starting to look a lot healthier than it has in the past few years.
I definitely think so. And I think Liv Morgan being back is really, I mean, she what involved herself in like three different things last night. So she's busy. Sadly, I totally even forgot about Bailey and Lyra because that just shows how much I'm not invested in Lyra Valkyria at all. Um, I don't like that they're like tagging her with Bailey because I feel like Bailey deserves more. But really, who else could she have? Like I don't know, but I'm not interested in Lyra holding a title anymore. Like she can stay somewhere else. But I definitely think the Kabuki Warriors. I just feel like it's just Asuka screaming all the time. I'm ready for somebody else to have something. I do like Rhea and Io. I think they work well together. I like Charlotte and Alexa. I feel like Nia and Lash Legend would be a good choice too because they're very dominant. I mean, Nia Jax is she's terrifying. I would not want to wrestle her at all. So I definitely think the women's division is looking more promising, and I just hope they don't ruin it, because they seem to really mess with the women's division a lot to where you're really getting into it, and then they just like take a wrong turn, and you're like, oh, there it went.
Yep, there it goes, and then it takes months for them to recover what their mistakes were. But and I believe that is all that happened on Raw of substance. We had a Maxine Dupree vignette with
That was crazy.
I like
I think every man on this earth like that.
that. It gives her something. It gives her a new layer.
Yeah, definitely.
It definitely gives her a new layer, and it's like, all right, now you have Ivy now, who seems to be her first opponent, which I'm down for. It's and I could see honestly that January 5th show on Netflix, Ivy now getting a shot at the Intercontinental Championship.
I think that would be a good route. And I like that even I miss Chad Gable, but I feel like her getting away from all that is really going to help Ivy Nile. I feel like she was more than that. Um, but like that video really made Maxine look a lot stronger. I feel like everybody thinks she's like this dumb blonde. And Natty's just like she should have more because it's Natalia, but I feel like everybody just kind of doesn't give her a chance anymore because she's been around so long. Is just kind of not doing a lot. But I feel like that made them both look good.
Hmm.
I enjoyed it. I was like, man, at first I didn't know what I was watching. I was like, should I get the kids out of the room? But I feel like it made them look, really tough, and I think they both deserve that.
I could see a future. Not sure when exactly. Could be WrestleMania, but I could see a future where Natalia turns on Maxine to take the Intercontinental Championship from her.
I would watch that match. I think that would be a good match.
I'm very impressed with Maxine. Initially, when I seen her with Otis at Zal, I'm just like, oh God,
She's just like, arm candy and meant to look dumb, and I hate when they do that.
yeah, I agree. I'm like, I want to see her do something, and I feel like the separation or the slight separation of her from Tozawa and Otis is a big help because honestly, even those two should be in the tag division. That's another team I forgot about. They should be doing something, but remove.
And that's sad because
Hmm.
they're so good and we forgot about them.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. It took Maxine winning the IC title for me to remember about them, but her not being with them makes her character more serious. I would like to see more matches from her, but baby steps.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I think, I hope they don't just put a title on her and have her defend it like one or two times and then, make her look like it was a fluke. I definitely think she's worked towards, really deserving this. So hopefully we see a lot more from her to where she looks strong and not just like, you got lucky.
Right, exactly. And I believe that was all that happened of Raw substance. All right,
I think so.
you want to play a couple games before we roll
Sure.
out? All right. Excuse me. First question is, who do you predict right now to win the men's and women's Royal Rumble?
Oh my goodness.
A little far out, but not that far out.
Hmm. I'm going to say women's. I'm going to say, oh, hold on. There's two. You know what? I'm going to go with Natalia. I
Ooh,
feel like that's a really far stretch, but I think she definitely has a chance.
okay. I think
I would like Chelsea Green to win, but I feel like they're not going to give her three belts. I don't think we're that lucky.
probably not.
Daydream, you know. Men, huh? I feel like we're seeing the same men over and over and over. But you know what? As much as I love Drew McIntyre, I don't know if that's ever going to happen, sadly. I think they're just going to throw him all over the place and never give him a title. I wish Roman Reigns would get it back because, as much as a lot of people hated him being champion for like the longest time ever, um, he held it so well. I mean, he got us all through COVID. He was just so strong, and I just think I want to see that strong Roman again because right now I'm not seeing it at all, and I hate that because I mean, when you think of Roman Reigns, you think like a maybe not always fighting, but I mean, he knew how to fight when he got in the ring, and all the talk. He didn't just talk, and he's always strong. So I feel like I really want to see that Roman again.
I uh, I kind of agree with you on the Roman Reigns winning the Royal Rumble. I'm with you on that. I feel like if Roman does win, it kind of fuels the who he was talking to when it came to the World Championship and the WWE Championship. Because we could be in a world where we could get Braun Breaker versus Roman Reigns for the world title at WrestleMania.
That would be a good match. I would pay to see that.
I would much rather see that than Roman Cody
Oh no, I can't do that again. Please.
again. I know they want to do that,
I
and
don't want any part of that.
they don't have to do that right now. But yeah, yeah. If it's either for me, it's either Roman or Gunther.
Oh jeez. Can't we I don't want to go through anymore.
Hey, at least I didn't say Logan Paul.
Yeah, yeah, you could have done that. You're right. Ugh.
Could have been worse. Speaking of Gunther, you will be at the final final match for John Cena. What is your level of excitement right now? 1 to 10.
3,000.
Okay.
3,000. I am so excited. So everybody hates me because I'm like, I have a lot of John Cena shirts. I'm not joking. I think I have every single John Cena shirt that's ever come out, and I wear them a lot. Like, I'm surprised they're not falling apart. The old WWE shirts are top quality, let me tell you, because I wear the crap out of them. I've been wearing, I don't have it on now because I got spaghetti sauce all over myself before this, but every day in December, I told everybody I was going to wear a John Cena shirt and I wasn't going to repeat it. And everybody's like, oh, you weren't joking. um, and I just like, I'm just getting all like these feels, and I just, I was actually like making sure the metros, the times and all. And so I'm just like slowly planning, even though I don't want to rush it, because then that means, yeah, he's not gone from WWE. He's going to be an ambassador. We just won't ever see him in the jorts again, which I'm not, I'm not okay with. Um, but it's just like, sure, we're going to see him, but we're just not going to see him wrestle. And I've watched him for, oh, geez, 23 years, and that's just crazy to think that now he's just, not going to be around like he was. Even though the last couple years he hasn't been around, all year long, you still knew he could come back and wrestle. So just thinking that this is really his last match is hard. But also I really like that he's so into, he wants to just really help the young talent and build people up. And I love that, as much as I would have enjoyed a entire show of nothing but him, I really like that he, was really selfless and decided that he wanted to showcase other talent and not just himself. Because I mean, really, what else does he have to prove? He, in my eyes, if a lot of people don't agree with this, he's the GOAT. I think he really, he's not only an amazing wrestler, but I think he also does so much outside of the ring for charity, and he's everywhere. And I just he's an all-around good guy, so I think he really sets the standard for the people coming up. But I just like that even though he's still the top guy, he chooses to really put focus on other people. So I think that's going to be a really special show. I'm going to literally sob the entire day. I'm going to try to record it so I can have like bits and pieces, because I haven't been to a live wrestling show in a while. And it's just, it's so special that it's going to be to see him, and everybody's going to be in the same boat as me, so I won't look like a psycho crying all day.
It's it look,
But I just
wrestling brings out emotion. There's nothing wrong with showing that emotion.
It does, and I think a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's wrestling. It's fake." And I hate when people say it's fake. It's not fake. It's, I know some people that do independent, and I've seen, the hard work they put into it, and the time and the effort, and the blood and the just, you know, I feel like people don't truly appreciate wrestling if they think it's fake. I think until you really dive in and see, all that they give, I think you can't really truly appreciate it. And, I mean, look at John Cena, how much he used to sleep in his car and eat free pizza. And now he's, you know, the top the top guy, even if he's not around all the time. So I think people don't understand wrestling, and I wish more people did and really gave it more of a chance than people do. Um, but I'm really excited, and my kids are going to be watching because I was like, look, this is my time. I'm sorry, you guys don't understand. Um, so we go to independent shows a lot, but I think just being able to really soak it all in and enjoy his last moments it's gonna be a special day.
I know you said you were going with your dad, and if you're going by Metro, make sure you plan 30, 45 minutes before whatever time they say, because I used to ride those same Metro rails, and those things are inconsistent as anything you could imagine.
I have That's usually the arena that we have gone to in the past. Um, and I mean, wow, you might die because people are crazy, or you might get stuck somewhere because nobody knows how to figure out the train, or there's something going on. I mean, it's a mess. So yeah, I've definitely been mapping it out because I'm like, look, nobody is coming in the way of watching John Cena. I'll walk there if I have to, and it might take me forever, but I'm gonna get there.
Determination is such a big thing. And I believe, as it's going to be NXT versus main roster people. And like for me, there's so many options of things that they could do. I would love to see a Blake Monroe versus a Charlotte Flair.
I think that would be really good. So I remember when Blake Monroe was like the girl that would, I think when Instagram started getting popular, she would like tag WWE shop in like the shirt she was wearing. And she was like the really gorgeous girl that everybody saw. So to see her going from that to what she is now is really incredible and shows her hard work and determination. And I mean, and I remember she really loved John Cena. And I think it's really cool to see that, she's come where she is. And I mean, how neat would that be to have her on a show that's John Cena's last and facing a top star? I think that would be really showing how hard she worked and that if you really work hard at your dream, I mean, look what you can achieve.
Right. And if you're going to showcase the future, well, she's the future. And going against a veteran like Charlotte, or I mean, if you don't want to do Charlotte, you could do Rhea Ripley, I guess. I mean, there's options, but
Yeah, there's a lot of good options.
I feel like even one of the even like if it's a Becky Lynch or something like that, that'll be cool.
I don't know if Becky's going to be there.
Yeah, yeah, she might be boycotted something. Well,
I saw Jessica's going to be at the show in DC, so Becky might not be there.
oh boy, oh boy.
That would be the perfect place, though, to start a Becky and Jessica Carr feud. I would really come on, WWE.
I agree.
Listen,
Yeah, yeah, you're onto something there. Let's see. I could see maybe a Ethan Page versus a CM Punk or Cody Rhodes with their AEW ties. Either one of those two.
who I'd really see is Randy Orton because he's been gone for a while, and him and John Cena have so much chemistry. I feel like he deserves to be a part of that show, and he would be perfect to face younger, NXT talent. But I miss him. I would love to see him be a part of that show.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a Randy Orton versus like Ethan Page. I think that'll be pretty good.
I think that would be perfect.
It's going to be an interesting event. I know it's going to be sad for a lot of people. I remember when Ric Flair did his retirement. He was out there in the middle of the ring, and you had some of the guys come down and thank him. I feel like that's going to be a lot of what's going to happen at the end of that match with Cena. I feel like you're going to see some people we haven't seen in a while come out and thank him and stuff like that. It's going to be a good event.
I'm secretly hoping maybe Batista. I mean, Batista's a DC boy.
It's
Um,
true.
I would, yeah. I mean, if you've seen Batista recently, he's like almost unrecognizable with the weight he's lost. He's not training like he was, which is understandable. But I think him and John Cena had some good stuff together, and I feel like they're in DC. John Cena's there. It would just be perfect to him, like making an appearance. Even
I agree.
I feel like what if I keep hoping Edge just like maybe just hey thanks for the good memories so everybody else can cry some more.
I mean, they might do a video package. They might let him do like a video package or something where he like pre-records something.
Yeah, I just hope they really, I mean, it's you know John Cena. I really hope they really go all out for him. I think he really deserves it, even if he wasn't my favorite. I still think he's a strong wrestler, and he just does so much good outside of the ring that I really think he deserves to get that acknowledgement and really go out with a big bang.
I agree. I agree. And after that event, I'd love to have you back on again to talk about your experience and how you felt in the moments of everything.
That would be fun. I'd love to do that. But I'm good. warn you, like you'll need some tissues too.
But hey, you know what? It's all good. It will be the first time I've shed tears during wrestling, and I'm sure it won't be the
No, definitely. There's some people that when they leave or whatever, I still would cry, you know.
last. When Undertaker did his thing at Survivor Series, I was sad. I was like, oh, like, I mean, yeah, now he shows back up, but to me that's not the Undertaker. That's just Mark Calloway.
Yeah.
That's not the Undertaker. But that's just me.
No, I totally understand. I feel like, I'm glad we can still kind of, I like that social media is good in some ways that you can still kind of, it's not like The Undertaker disappeared forever. But that's not, like you said, that's not The Undertaker.
Yeah,
The Undertaker is like eyeliner wearing,
hat.
you hear that, that's The Undertaker.
Yeah, I agree. And like I said, that's cool to see the person, but like I still miss the dead man. Every time he pops up, I hear the gong. Like, oh, he's gonna bring it back for a night, and then he comes out on a motorcycle.
I do love the good motorcycle moment.
Yeah,
Brings back memory.
yeah, yeah, yeah. All right, we want to play one more game.
Okay.
All right, this would be blind rankings.
Oh, jeez.
Be
This is
one,
always scary.
1 through 5, and yeah, we'll just rank them from there.
Okay.
All right, let's start off with Penta.
2,
2, okay. Let's go with Solo Sokoa.
3.
Okay,
I feel like he deserves that after his recent, in-ring stuff. I'm really enjoying him, and I normally would put him at a 5, but recently I think he deserves a 3.
okay, that's fair. All right, nothing wrong with that. Braun Breaker.
Oh, jeez. You know what? I'm going to put him in 1 right now.
Okay, interesting, interesting. Nothing wrong with that. Let's go with Raquel Rodriguez.
5.
That was
I
fast.
feel like it definitely be a little stronger right now. Honestly, I think, obviously, I think Liv is, even though she just came back, she's definitely just full force. But I think Roxanne Perez is a little stronger in my eyes right now than Raquel.
That's fair. And then the last person, excuse me, that would have been on the list was going to be Johnny Gargano.
Okay, I'm not mad with a 4.
See, people
I
think I try to trick people
days.
into this, where say a bunch of low people and then throw Dom in. See, I don't do that all the
I was afraid you were going to throw Gunther in there, and I was going to have to rank him at a 1.
time. See, that's the fun
Would
part
have been
though.
really mad. Talk to you. Oh,
That's the fun part about blind rankings. You just never know what's going to be next. But is there
at least
anything?
you didn't put John number 5. I would have been upset.
I could have said Cena and he would have been 5. We'd have been like, no.
I would have cried early.
Is there anything that you would like to say or talk about or plug before we go?
I think we got it all covered. I think think wrestling has been good. We're not at WrestlePalooza, thank God.
You didn't
So
like
I
that
think
Brock
wrestling
Lesnar
has
match?
been no. That hurt my heart a little bit. I was like, why do you have to do that?
I knew that was coming. I felt it. I was like, oh, Brock is going to destroy him. Eh, put it-
I was hoping John Cena would have no, didn't get anything, nothing. I think every kid in that arena was crying.
what was what was ironic was Cena came with all these kids. I'm like, oh, Cena's good. Every time Cena comes out with a bunch of kids, he loses. Because I remember when he
I
came
know.
out
You're
with
like,
those
first, like,
kids,
why are you doing that to those poor children?
I think it was Bray Wyatt. And I think he was wrestling Bray Wyatt. He had all those kids and he lost to Bray Wyatt. It's like, well, Maybe you should probably stop doing
Well,
that.
hopefully that means he doesn't come out with a bunch of kids in DC.
Do you think? Do you think Cena wins?
I've really been thinking about that a lot. I don't know. I think I think a lot of people expect it, but I feel like it would be wrong. I don't know. It's like 50-50. I feel like Gunther pinning him would make Gunther look so much stronger than he already is, but I feel like it would be so wrong to have John Cena lose his last match. What I think needs to happen is like there needs to be a lot of interferences like where they're all against John Cena. Um and to make him really look even stronger, and then he wins, so it's like this huge victory. I don't know. I think no matter what, somebody's going to be disappointed. I'm not, but I feel like you're going to disappoint somebody.
Of course.
So I don't know. Regardless, he's going to be happy with it, because he's done so much.
I think if it is Gunther, I think Gunther chokes out Cena.
Ooh,
I don't think Gunther pins him because I thinking about like how many times has Cena actually tapped out or passed out? Not very many. That
yeah,
and I feel like this. If you're gonna do it, it's kind of like ripping off. If you're gonna rip the band-aid off, just rip it off and just have Gunther make Cena pass out.
I'm not gonna lie, that would be a hard one to watch though, because when you're not used to seeing him lose in that type of way, it's gonna be it would be very odd to see because it's like, I didn't know that could happen.
Right. Well, I mean, it's his last match, so I mean, it for him to lose that way, I, I'll be fine with that.
I think that would hit a lot of people hard. I think everybody that isn't crying would probably be crying at that point if that
Yeah,
happened.
and that's the thing. Like Gunther's this big heel, so him passing, making Cena pass out on his lap. I mean, he'll stand there with that scowl on his
Yeah,
face, and he'll leave, and then Cena will be laying there, get up, and I'm sure you're gonna get a thank you Cena chant, and some
yeah,
veterans come down and some rookies thank Cena. It's gonna be a good show.
yeah. I don't know what's gonna happen. I feel like there's a lot of possibilities with that.
Hey, that's a beautiful part about wrestling. You never know what you're gonna get. It's like a box of chocolates.
uh,
But that was another wrestling therapy episode. Thank you again for joining us and talking wrestling. I thoroughly enjoyed the conversation and can't wait to hear back from you again when you give us some of your details of your final time watching John Cena in Washington,
well,
D.C.
I appreciate you having me. I definitely will. I would definitely bring all kinds of fun back.
Hey, I'll be here for it all. Everybody stay safe, stay blessed, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode with Moose as we talk AE Dub and probably more Johns.